Welcome. So we are talking about the interosseous muscles. Uh, so sorry, no, intrinsic muscles. Interosseous muscles are included in this intrinsic muscles. So now we already told about the thinner muscles in this previous lectures. We already told the thinner muscles. Now let's start from the beginning. Okay, so first I'm going to erase all the things. Erase all, just erase all, erase all. Okay, so the thinner and hypothinner muscles, they are insertion and origin. Okay, so for this purpose, thinner and hypothinner muscles, they are insertion and their origin. So first I am going to draw the various carpal bones, metacarpal bones, and a phalanges bone of your hand. So from lateral to medial, okay, so laterally, first row, this is your scaphoid bone, and this is your lunate, scaphoid, the lunate, and then medially taquitrum T. Okay, and then after taquitrum, which one? The pisiform bone. Okay, so most medially your pisiform. This is the first row, and then there is your trapezium. Okay, then trapezoid. Okay, then capitate, and then hamate, second row. And now I'm going to draw the metacarpals. Okay, so this is the first metacarpal. I'm drawing the first metacarpal. Then here is the second one, third metacarpal, first, second, third, fourth metacarpal, and now this is the fifth metacarpal. Okay, now the phalanges. So this is the proximal phalanges of for thumb or pollex, and last one distal for two phalanges for thumb, and this is 3 in number. 1, 2. Oh, there is no place. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so this is phalanges. Last one, 1, 2, 3. One proximal phalanges, one proximal phalanx, and two distal phalanx. Okay, this is metacarpal. This is the metacarpal, 1, 2, 3, and this is another metacarpal. This is just a schematic diagram for understanding purpose. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. There is also 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now this is the palmar aspect of your hand, and now I'm going to talk about the flexor retinaculum. This is somewhere located here in this portion. This is the schematic representation of flexor retinaculum. This is a flexor schematic. Okay, and now I am going to draw the schematic insertion and origin of three thinner muscles and 3 hypothinner muscles. Okay, so I am going to now talk about 3 thinner muscles and 3 hypothinner muscles, their insertion and their origin. Okay, 3 thinner muscles, they are totally, obviously, what is this? This is your pollex, palmar side, palm or pollex. This is your laterally, which is lateral, and your this is lateral, and your middle finger, small finger or little finger or digita minima, this is obviously your medial side and lateral side. This is actually represented like this in a map. This is the lateral, this is the medial. Okay, so origin of three hypothenar muscles, origin of three thinner muscles. First, thinner muscles, origin of three thinner muscles. So thinner muscles are towards the pollex of thumb, and hypothinner muscles are towards the little finger or digit minima. Now the three thinner muscles, they are originating generally in this area. I will tell you the proper origin and insertion of all these, and they are generally, these three thinner muscles, they are generally originating from this area. Okay, they are mainly trapezium, scaphoid and flexor retinaculum. They mainly involved in originating the thinner muscles, and all the thinner muscles, okay, all the thinner muscles, they are inserted in your pollex or thumb. Okay, so first one thinner muscles, this is first your, I am telling about three thinner muscles. One is abductor pollicis brevis, one is abductor pollicis brevis, abductor ABD. Okay, abductor pollicis brevis. Okay, and next one is your flexor pollicis brevis. Okay, flexor pollicis brevis, and another one is your opponent's pollicis. These three muscles. Okay, so origin of abductor pollicis brevis. Okay, so origin of abductor pollicis brevis. This is most outer origin, most externally. I will show you the cadaveric image or dissected image also, and this is the origin, and this is the insertion point of abductor pollicis brevis. This is most external, okay, or towards the outer side. Why? Actually, what is abduction? This is nothing but this is your thumb, and you are abducting your thumb. That means you are removing your thumb from other fingers. Okay, this is your abduction. And which muscles helps in this abduction? The muscles which located more laterally, it mainly helps in abduction or removing your thumb from this digits. This is called abduction. And if you are adding with your thumb with digits, then this is adduction. Okay, this is this direction, adduction. You are adding with your thumb, you are adding your thumb with other digits, this is adduction. And in this case, this is abduction. And abduction, this is mainly you are removing or abducting, you are removing or abducting your thumb from other digits. Okay, so the outermost muscle obviously helps in abduction. So the abductor pollicis brevis. Okay, so the abductor pollicis brevis, this one is originating from this region. I will tell you the proper origin, but just first understand schematically. And inserted here means the proximal, inserted in the proximal phalanx. Okay, inserted in the proximal phalanx of thumb, proximal phalanx, this one. And similarly the flexor pollicis brevis, same. Similarly, flexor pollicis brevis, approx their origin and insertion are little bit same. Okay, so flexor pollicis brevis, this is just towards inside. Okay, flexor pollicis brevis, this is little bit inside, same, originating from same area and inserted in this proximal phalanx. Okay, inserted in this proximal phalanx, okay, of thumb. Okay, so this is your abductor pollicis brevis, and this is your flexor pollicis brevis. Okay, flexor pollicis brevis and abductor pollicis brevis. And another muscles, this is opponent pollicis. Okay, opponent pollicis. Okay, actually any opponent's muscle, either it is opponent's pollicis or this is opponent's digit minimi. Opponent's muscles are always inserted on the shaft of this, always they are inserted on the shaft of this metacarpal bone. Okay, shaft of this metacarpal bone. So for the opponent's pollicis, this opponent's muscle originating from here, and this opponent's muscle inserted on the shaft, on the metacarpal bone, first metacarpal bone. So this is your origin of opponent's policies and insertion of opponent's policies. Opponent's policies always inserted on the metacarpal bone. It does not matter it is opponent's policies or opponent's digita minima, always inserted where they always inserted in your always they inserted where always they are inserted in the shaft of the metacarpal bone. Okay, so these three muscles, you can see the most outermost muscle, you can see the most outermost muscle is your abductor pollicis brevis, which help in abduction. Okay, abductor pollicis brevis which help in abduction. And then which muscles, and then this is your flexor pollicis brevis. Okay, flexor pollicis brevis which is medial to abductor pollicis brevis. It helps in flexion of thumb. Okay, and last one is your opponents. This is last one is your opponent's pollicis muscle. Opponent's pollicis helps in oppositions. Okay, this is the deeper muscle. Opponent's pollicis is the deeper muscle. Opponent's pollicis deeper muscle helps in opposition, and it mainly inserted where? It mainly inserted into the shaft of the metacarpal bone. Okay, so I'm going to write now the origin. I'm going to write the origin of origin. I'm going to write the origin, insertion. Okay, origin. Okay, just a minute. Another column is needed here. Origin and insertion. I'm going to write the origin and insertion. Okay, so here, what is this? The name of muscle. Okay, its origin and its insertion. Okay, origin and insertion. So first is abductor pollicis brevis. Obviously this is brevis, abductor pollicis brevis. Okay, second I'll first talk about the abductor pollicis brevis. Okay, so first talk about the abductor pollicis brevis. So once again I'm drawing the same diagram. Okay, so the first row of the bones, the C looks too pretty from lateral to medial, scaphoid, lunate, taquitrum and pisiform, and try to catch her. Trapezoid, trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, hamate. Okay, so and the first metacarpal, this is the second metacarpal, third metacarpal, fourth metacarpal, fifth metacarpal. Okay, and phalanges, this is the proximal phalanges, distal phalanges, and two distal phalanges, and here is also proximal phalanges, one proximal phalanges, two distal phalanges, proximal phalanges, distal phalanges. Okay, so this is this is your proximal phalanx, this one. Okay. All these are your proximal phalanx. This is proximal, this is proximal, this is proximal, this is proximal, this is proximal phalanx. Okay, and this is your metacarpal bone. This is the metacarpal. Okay, they all are which bone? They all are metacarpal bone. Okay, so metacarpal. Okay, now the origin of which muscles? The abductor pollicis brevis. Origin of abductor pollicis brevis and insertion of abductor pollicis brevis. So I already told the abductor pollicis brevis is originating from this region somewhere. This is your flexor retinaculum. Okay, so you can see flexor retinaculum, and from this region somewhere from this region your abductor pollicis brevis is originating. So, and obviously this is the lateral most, this is the lateral most, and inserted where? Inserted into the proximal phalanx, inserted into the proximal phalanx. What is this muscle? This is abductor pollicis brevis, abductor pollicis brevis, and it is inserted into your proximal, phalanx, okay, causing the abduction of pollex. So the proper origin of abductor pollicis brevis, this is your the proper origin of abductor pollicis brevis. Now obviously I already told at this portion, okay, this region, okay, this region. So this region, and this is the outermost is your abductor pollicis brevis, and inserted into the proximal phalanx, okay, inserted into the proximal phalanx. So I am going to write the origin of abductor pollicis brevis, origin of abductor pollicis brevis. This is originate from the tubercle of scaphoid, okay, the tubercle of scaphoid. This is originate from the tubercle of scaphoid, and I am writing only the scaphoid, okay. I am not writing whole the sentence, whole the detail, okay. Only the scaphoid, scaphoid bone, okay, the tubercle of scaphoid bone, okay. The crest of trapezium, and also the flexor retinaculum, they from these structures, from scaphoid bone, trapezium and flexor retinaculum, your abductor pollicis brevis is originating, okay, your abductor pollicis brevis is originating. So once again, scaphoid from abductor pollicis brevis is originating from where? Your scaphoid bone, okay, scaphoid, trapezium and flexor retinaculum, okay. So tubercle of scaphoid, yes, tubercle of scaphoid, and your crest of trapezium, yes, crest of trapezium, and flexor retinaculum, okay, originating the originates the from here your abductor pollicis brevis is originates, and inserted into where? Inserted into the lateral side. They inserted into the insertion is denoted by blue. They inserted into the lateral side of the base of the proximal phalanx of thumb, okay. I am going to write this. They inserted where? They inserted into the lateral side of base of proximal phalanx, base of proximal phalanx of thumb or pollex, okay. So this is the insertion of abductor pollicis brevis. And what is this action? And simultaneously I am also writing its action, obviously nothing but abduction, abduction of thumb, abduction, that means which action? Abduction, that means you are removing thumb from other digits, I already demonstrate through all the actions of thumb and digita minima through the previous video through a video clip, okay. And you can see this is the insertion and origin of abductor pollicis brevis, and obviously though its work is abduction, that's why it is laterally placed, okay, and it helps in abduction, okay. Next muscle, this is your, I am going to talk about the next muscles, name of the muscles, their origin and insertion and action, okay. Once again I am making this column, same column. So muscle, its origin, insertion and its action, okay. Origin, insertion, action. Which muscle? Flexor pollicis brevis, I am going to talk about the flexor pollicis brevis, same muscle, flexor pollicis brevis. Similarly its same origin is a little bit same, and insertion is more or less same like abductor pollicis brevis, okay. So flexor pollicis brevis, but flexor pollicis brevis is medial, it is medial to abductor pollicis brevis, okay. So flexor pollicis brevis is medial to abductor pollicis brevis, okay. So flexor pollicis brevis is medial to abductor pollicis brevis, okay. So you can see here this is the flexor pollicis brevis, which originating from obviously flexor retinaculum, okay, and trapezoid, okay, and only flexor retinaculum and trapezoid, okay. So trapezoid, okay, and flexor retinaculum, okay, from flexor retinaculum and trapezoid, and it inserted into same into the proximal phalanx, into the proximal lateral side of the base of the proximal phalanx of thumb. Okay, at insertion is also same. Okay, so insertion is also same. Okay, so flexor pollicis brevis is, it has two head. One is superficial head and deep head. Superficial head and deep head. Superficial head mainly originating from flexor retinaculum. Okay, superficial head is originating from flexor retinaculum. Okay, and deep head, and its deep head originating from trapezoid. Okay, trapezoid. Okay, trapezoid. Deep head is originating from trapezoid. Okay, and next is its insertion. Insertion is same like the abductor pollicis brevis. It inserted in lateral side of the base of the proximal phalanx of thumb. Lateral side of the base of the proximal, this is the proximal phalanx and this is the distal phalanx. So lateral side of the base of the proximal phalanx of thumb, and this is obviously lateral medial. Okay, distal phalanx of the thumb, same insertion. And axon, obviously flexion of thumb. Okay, next is okay, if I am adding one another thing with nerve supply, I will revise. Already discussed about the nerve supply, but still I am revising just abductor pollicis brevis. It's purely supplied by median nerve. Okay, but flexor pollicis brevis, its superficial head is only supplied by median nerve, but deep head is totally supplied by your ulnar nerve. Okay, and next is your opponent's pollicis. Okay, next is your opponent's pollicis. So opponent's pollicis. Okay, opponent's pollicis, its insertion, origin. First column is your origin. Okay, origin is your flexor retinaculum. Okay, and crest of trapezium, flexor retinaculum and crest of trapezium. Origin. Okay, it's origin. And next column is insertion, and next column is action. Origin, next is insertion is first metacarpal bone, or shaft of the first metacarpal bone. Okay, and its action, obviously opposition. Its action is opposition of thumb. I already discussed what is the opposition, what is flexion, what is abduction, what is adduction of thumb through a video clip previously. I already demonstrated this. Okay, so opponent's pollicis. So look here, opponent's pollicis, it's the deepest, and it lie in between these two muscles. Okay, the opponent pollicis is originating from where? Opponent's pollicis is originating from your trapezium and flexor retinaculum. Okay, trapezium and flexor retinaculum, and inserted into the metacarpal bone. This is your opponent's pollicis, inserted into the metacarpal bone. I am writing with black now. This is your opponent's pollicis, inserted into the shaft of the metacarpal bone. Okay, it does not matter it is opponent's pollicis or opponent's digita minima. Opponent's muscles always inserted into the shaft of the metacarpal bone. Okay, because opposition is mainly the movement of the shaft of the metacarpal bone. Okay, so that's all about the origin and insertion and action of thinner muscles. And obviously nerve supply, obviously opponent's pollicis is also a composite muscle or hybrid muscles, because opponent's pollicis is also supplied by median and ulnar nerve both. Okay, so this is flexor pollicis brevis. This is obviously a composite muscle or hybrid muscles. Okay, because it's supplied by two nerves. And opponent's pollicis is also composite or hybrid muscles because it's supplied by median nerve and ulnar nerve. Okay, so now you already understood. I think you understand that this schematic representation. So this is abductor pollicis brevis, and this is a flexor pollicis brevis, flexor, and this is your opponent's pollicis. Okay, and now I am removing the metacarpal. Okay, so now look here, the opponent's pollicis. I already told opponent's pollicis. Okay. So thinner muscles I told. Now I'll discuss about the cadaveric image or atlas image. Okay, so yes, look at this atlas image. Look here. So here you can see the atlas images. Yes, you can see that these muscles I am marking with yellow. This muscle, this muscles is your, okay, yellow is not prominent here. This red, this is your cut section of your which muscles? Yes, abductor pollicis brevis. Cut section of abductor pollicis brevis. This is the cut section of, this is your pollex or thumb. This is your lateral side, and this is obviously medial side towards the digita minima. And what is this muscle? This is your this muscle. Which muscle? This muscle is your abductor pollicis brevis. Okay, this muscle is your abductor pollicis brevis. So this is cut section of abductor pollicis brevis. So this muscle is your abductor pollicis brevis. You can see now this muscle I am marking with red. This is your abductor pollicis brevis cut. Okay, next is the after cutting, after removing, you can see the deeper muscle. This is the opponent's pollicis muscle. Opponent's pollicis. You can see the opponent's pollicis now. Opponent's pollicis now. This I am marking with black. This muscle is opponent's pollicis, which lie deeper to the abductor pollicis brevis. You cannot see the opponent's pollicis in superficial dissection of hand. Okay, so opponent's pollicis you can see only if you remove the abductor pollicis, and below abductor pollicis you can see the opponent's pollicis muscle. Okay, causing the oppositions. And yes, you can see also flexor pollicis brevis muscle. Which one? Yes, most laterally this is the flexor pollicis brevis. You can see the flexor pollicis brevis laterally. So abductor pollicis medially, okay, and flexor pollicis brevis laterally, and you can see the opponent's pollicis here, okay. So opponent's pollicis is the deep muscle. If you remove the abductor pollicis brevis, then you can only see the opponent pollicis, otherwise not. Okay, so next you can see the same thinner muscles in some cadaveric images. Okay, so look here, the cadaveric images. Yes, this cadaveric images. Okay, you can see here. Yes, actually see, look at this diagram. Here I am going to talk about the I am going to talk about the cadaveric images of various muscles. So look here. So this is obviously the thinner muscles. Okay, this is thinner muscles, thinner eminence also. And what is this? This is the palmar aponeurosis. This is palmar aponeurosis. Okay, these structures which I am marking with blue color. This is your palmar aponeurosis. Okay, this is palmar aponeurosis. This is palmar aponeurosis in cadaveric image, and this is your thinner eminence. Okay, and this region I am marking with red. This region is your hypothenor eminence. Yes, and this is your palmaris brevis muscle, palmaris brevis. Okay, I'll discuss about in hypothenor eminence later. Okay, so what is this? This is your palmar aponeurosis, and this is your thinner muscles. Okay, this is thinner muscles and thinner muscles. So we can see only the two superficial thinner muscles here. Okay, which thinner muscles you can see here. So I am erasing a whole thing first. I am erasing. Okay, so this is your clear picture. You can see only two superficial thinner muscles now. Okay, so look here. Yes, so just for a minute, you can see now. Okay, so just for a minute. This is your palmar aponeurosis. Okay, and you can see here the two muscles here, and yes, which muscles I'm going to show you the